Guys, how y'all doing? How y'all doing today? Look, I want to share something incredible with you all. I wrote a book. It is called A Result of Trauma. It's entitled A Result of Trauma. And I don't know how many of you have experienced trauma in your life. But I did. I experienced some traumatic scenarios in my life that at one point defined and identified who I was. The traumas that I experienced dictated how I engage with people. The first person being myself. The traumas dictated how I saw myself. And it dictated how I believed other people should see me. And what it dictated was that I saw myself as with low value. And the traumas determined for me that other people should see me of low value as well. From being violated in the school system, violated by family members, violated by significant others, and the list goes on and on. These violations influence my decision on who I would choose and the type of people I would choose to receive validation from. And the lengths of behavior, immoral, self-depreciating behaviors that I chose to do in order to be granted validation from toxic people. From boyfriends to girlfriends, I chose to be in a homosexual relationship. I chose to be in relationships with people who were addicted to drugs. I chose to be in relationships with people who were physically abusive. And therefore, I abused myself mentally and emotionally and verbally. And so I chose people who I thought would do something different. But because I was used to this type of behavior, I chose people who would continually confirm that that's what I deserved. Until God rescued me. And He re-identified me through the lens of Christ. And when God came and rescued me, the Father who created everything, He came and rescued me. And He began to walk me through His word and show me who I really am. And that how I saw myself prior was a lie. And how all of those people who I chose to be in my life who said that I was the lie were liars as well. And so my book outlines how it all began, the journey through it. Like I said, from being taken advantage of in an intimate way. I have to watch the words that I use because I don't want to get flagged by this social media. how as a 5-year-old I was violated in school, how at 8 my own grandfather propositioned me, how at 6 a family friend tried to touch me, how at 12 my first intercourse was with my uncle, how at 15 I ran away, how during the course of that running away I ended up pregnant. I got pregnant, how I came back at 5 months pregnant, how I had a child at 17, pregnant at 16, giving birth at 17 because I was gone for quite some time. And how I began to be in relationships with men who were way older than me. Even during the course of that time that I ran away, I was in a relationship with the dude who was 27. But this was not abnormal for me, since my first intimate relationship was with my uncle who was 32. Okay. And so after that, how I ended up in a relationship with the guy who was addicted to, drugs, and how I spent the majority of that relationship trying to rescue him, save him, stop him, while trying to raise an infant, a child. And how I continue to make these types of decisions until God rescued me. And how throughout the course of that journey, how God was with me. So, as I said a few moments ago, I learned who I am. And I now affirm myself through who God says I am, and not who I was told I was. If you are interested in learning more about who you are, or if you've gone through something like the things that I mentioned here, or you know somebody who has, and they need to be encouraged, and they need to be inspired, and they need to know or understand that they are not alone, and that the very fact that you're hearing this video right now is a clear indication that God is saying, look, I love you. I want to show you who you are. Type in the comments, trauma transformed, and I'll send you for free, an ebook of affirmations that I speak over myself and that you can speak over yourself to begin your new journey in who God says you are. I hope that maybe you'll go pick up the book. It's on every downloadable site you can think of, and that you will be encouraged, and that you will be delivered, and that you will find hope in the midst of your trauma.